This is the Fair Enough City podcast. Each week, myself, Dennis Len, and
me, Roger O'Sullivan,
spend an hour recapping the previous week's episodes of Fair City, Ireland's biggest TV soap opera.
Why do we do it?
I don't know, but it's a true test of faith, friendship, and mental endurance.
This is the last call for the Carrickstown Express. Hop on. Hoot hoot. Hoot hoot.
I didn't agree to that.
Oh, what an abrupt intro that was, huh? Wasn't that good?
Yeah, it was very smooth, I think.
Eric, you lost the old intro there.
Yep.
So I was just saying earlier on that I've had a great week. No, we had some horrible audio issues going on there.
Yeah. Eric is
we couldn't fix any of them. And Eric is actually the sound engineer here. But
yeah, we've often told people when they say, "What's the story with Eric?" We said, "Well, his marriage fell apart because he just like poured everything into his work."
He actually said to me, "We're not allowed to mention that anymore."
Well, he's
a new squeeze now.
He does not.
He does, yeah.
No way.
Victoria.
That's a caseworker, Dennis.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were just spending time together.
No. He's not doing well. But he said he poured everything into his work, and that's why his marriage failed. But his work is piss poor.
Yeah, he's not doing too much. Here, Can you stop fucking popping peas there, Peter?
Piss poor.
Eric will be into us again, the old bollocks.
Peter pissed a poor Polly.
Stop. That's horrible for people listening.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How was your week gone?
Well, not great. Because today...
It's a big shocker.
Yeah. Do you want to hear this now? Get ready for this one.
You're on the Pepsi again, I see.
Yeah, I am.
Pepsi Max.
Pepsi Max.
We all know about the lads drinking Pepsi Max, but we won't say it. We won't say it.
Oh, do you remember that rumor when you were a bit
Are you going to end
older
up
than
saying
me?
it?
What?
No.
No. The rumor that lilt would make you infertile.
I don't know that rumor.
You never heard that rumor? Did you have any rumor about any soft drink that it would make you infertile?
The only rumors we had in secondary school were people just constantly bottling themselves.
What's bottling themselves? What's
inserting bottles into themselves?
What?
Yeah, I swear to God, man. It must have happened.
What?
Every other year, I'd say.
There was a rumor about that?
Yeah, and then it'd be known as like the location. So like, let's just say it'd be for my man or whatever.
There was a rumor that went around my school, which like we could...
That you had two assholes, was that? No?
No. I said rumor. The rumor going around our school was that these two kind of nerdy people that were going out with each other, that late one night, this is such a made up rumor. Like immediately it just seems like it came out of the mind of one of the thickest people in school.
Did you make it up?
No. And unfortunately you weren't in my year, so I couldn't blame it on you either, Dennis. But it's the sort of rumor you'd come up with, that these two science nerdy people, very nice people that were going out with each other, the rumor was that they'd broken into the science lab after school so that he could
Careful now.
so that they could have sex or perform sexual acts using a test tube.
Oh,
and a Bunsen burner.
But sure, like they have plenty better objects, like, very close to them that they could be using other than that.
It was just a brilliant thing.
A Bunsen burner.
Yeah, but that was involved as well. It was one of those brilliant things where...
That wouldn't be nice at all.
It was one of those brilliant things where somebody maybe it was just used to heat things, but it was one of those fantastic rumors where somebody had just taken the oeuvre of the things that were involved with them. So they're like, two sciencey people. Okay, what? Name me some science utensils. Okay, a test tube. They had sex with the test tube. That's...
What?
You looked at me as if you had sex with a test tube.
I actually didn't look at you at all.
Oh, come on.
We'd no real...
no rumors like that.
Did you have any teachers having sex with each other?
With each other or with students?
Well, since I clearly said each other, yes, with each other.
Oh, okay.
Not with the students, Roger, no.
Because every year there would be a rumor that, such a person got off with somebody at the Debs.
Well, actually, there was a rumor, and I think it was actually true. I think it was true that
that you got off.
Did you have any 6 years leave Like a guy do his leaving cert leave, and then like the next year he'd get off with a teacher. That ever happened?
Well, like I heard of that happening.
There
but
was-
that's
there was one-
complete
there was-
bullshit.
No, there was one man who did it in where I'm from, and I can't mention his name, but he's got such a great name for doing this.
You'll have to tell me off air.
Yeah, another guy supposedly shifted my old English teacher,
Really?
Yeah.
Do you not think all of these things, though?
Mr. Murphy.
Do you not think they're all really kind of bullshit, though?
No,
No, you really believe them?
why not?
Why? Because I just think that they're like.
Is it because you didn't get off with the teacher that's why you don't believe him?
No, I got off with plenty of teachers in my
You
day.
did in your whole.
I did. I got off with a teacher in Spain once. We were on holidays in Spain. I got off with a Spanish with a teacher.
If you went back to school now, if you went back to school, right, with the fantastic maturity level that you have now,
Yeah.
and brain power,
Watch out, teachers.
would you be able to use your wily ways to get off with a teacher now?
I wouldn't. I would consider getting off with a teacher beneath me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what? This is only a made-up game, though. Like you're just meant to play along.
Oh yeah, I would. I'd get off with all of them. I'd get off with the principal.
Would you?
Yeah.
What is it? He or she?
There's a. I'd get off with the principal and the vice principal at the same time.
Nice.
Be like a threesome thing.
That's unreal. They're actual people to you, like, so you can envisage that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are their names?
I can't say their names.
When did you go to school? We'll do some research on it.
Oh.
Are they still the principal?
One of them's not. He died in a threesome.
Ah, Jesus. What if he's actually dead?
Yeah, but he probably didn't die in a threesome. Last time I met him, he was totally healthy.
Yeah, you know what? He probably didn't die in a threesome. Do you
Yeah?
think anyone died in a threesome?
Oh, yeah. Somebody must have. You
I-
told me before that it was your dream to die in a threesome.
I don't think it would be.
It would be, yeah.
No.
You told me you'd love to. Dennis told me before that his ideal threesome would be him, another clone of himself, and any woman.
No, that'd be horrific. I actually thought you were going to say me and two clones myself, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can understand that. But I wouldn't invite anyone into that
Yeah.
fucking nightmare world.
Oh my god.
Do you think if you were cloned that you'd try and kill your clone, or that your clone would try and kill you?
I think your clone would try and kill you.
Do you think?
Yeah.
But wouldn't they think the exact same as you?
Oh, sorry, no. Were you asking me if my clone would try and kill me, or if my clone would go and try and kill you?
Oh, well, that's true, yeah. But after I'm taken out of the equation,
Out of the equation.
oh God, could you imagine two of you doing the podcast?
That would be really good.
That's wrong. That's
I'd
incorrect.
listen then.
And then it would just be this.
Do you know, you're, I could picture my clone coming in wearing your skin.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why do you picture that?
I like, that was prior to,
Do you know sometimes
to
when,
today's
like,
conversation.
honest to God, when we're kind of messing around and like saying stuff like that, but then when you said that, it was like a fight or flight thing just in me. It was just kind of like, oh, that's odd.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to know,
That's kinda
when I
scary.
was walking to the studio today, I actually saw a place that looked like it would be a fantastic place to dump a body.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like
Have you ever planned out someone's murder in your head?
in my head.
Yeah.
No.
Or well, not even someone, but like planning a murder.
Do you know what No. I had the reverse of that. Where when I was in secondary school and I was daydreaming in class, I'd always dream up these scenarios of like, oh no, there's a terrorist attack in the school. And
Oh
then
yeah. You'd save the
I
day.
saved them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've had that as well.
Yeah, all the time. Sometimes I go to sleep sometimes trying to rob banks.
That's rob banks. That's the opposite.
I mean,
of
protect hostages and banks.
Sure, yeah. What would be your scenario for saving an attack?
Saving an attack
Yeah.
to make it happen.
No. An attack has happened in your presence. You're
Like a terrorist attack.
yeah.
This is probably bad taste, but okay, right? I'm in my school. A lad comes in and he says, "Well, why is he attacking my school?"
He was he heard I got off with your principal and he was furious.
All right. Oh, so he's like a disenfranchised
Lover, yeah.
student.
Yeah.
Lover. All right. So he just comes in and what's he packing? Like we're
He
in Ireland, like so he's not going to get much.
he's packing two Armalite assault rifles.
Where did he get those from?
I can't.
That was very
say.
specific. Because I was like, you went through your head and like, oh, what could you get your hands on?
Well, I was just thinking, what was the assault rifle that was used by the IRA when they were active?
You're fucking Roger Casement, buddy, trying to ship shit in here, but you won't get it in.
I'll get it in on the odd.
You'll get it in on the odd.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Something shit happened to me today. Do you want to hear
yeah?
it?
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Yeah, you'd love it. So I was walking into my local McDonald's, and they do a daily wrap deal.
Did you go to fucking Mackie D's without me, you bollocks?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like,
Do you go to fucking takeaway joints on the sly during the week?
sometimes I like
How
sometimes
many times a week?
I-
Without me, like,
without you,
yeah,
5 or 6.
no way.
Yeah,
You're
I-
a rat.
I because I'm scoping them out. Listen to me.
You're
I'm
a rat.
scoping them out, and if they're good enough, I bring you along.
To get a wrap,
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't get a pissy wrap.
they have a veggie wrap deal on Monday, and I bought the wrap.
Let me guess, it wasn't great.
It wasn't veggie.
Really?
Yeah.
What was in it?
outside. I was like, oh, I'll go eat this in the park. I bite into it. Big seal on the front, approved by the Vegetarian Society of Ireland. Bite into it. They've clearly just put chicken into it. They fucked up with my wrap, so I just threw it in the bin.
Why didn't you fucking write? You should have got one of your fake email accounts fucking running and wrote them a.
Recently, I was in McDonald's and I chowed down on a vegetarian wrap.
A friend of mine who played soccer about 365 days a year got a pair of football boots from what's a Sports World, Heaton's Sports World.
Oh, yeah.
Got a pair of football boots from them. They fell apart. Well, not fell apart, but they were just kind of like used after like 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Now this guy would have been training like non-stop, like,
Mm-hmm.
and his father wrote a letter to Sports World and said it wasn't good enough, that they fell apart, and he got a new pair of boots
Really? And when
Yeah.
did they fall apart?
6 months later.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, by the way, welcome to episode, what is this?
Episode 27!
27. Yeah, that's great. So I'm just gonna say it to them right now. We're recording on a Monday.
Yeah.
Roger is eager to go home to bed.
I just,
He's the arms crossed,
all day.
and he's being a bit of a sulky bollocks.
Fuck off. Bit of a sulky bollocks.
Yeah. All right, so Roger, you're gonna get going to where do we? Oh yeah.
Are you just remembering how we do our podcast?
We need to clear up this, right? We're about to move on to episode 1 of the week, but we do need to clear up this. Remember last week there when I started, you were like, oh, where am I off to this week? And I was like, oh, go up to the Cliffs of Moher. And I started talking about kicking people off the Cliffs of Moher.
Yeah.
Little did I know that some poor lad had fallen off taking a selfie.
Well, here's what I...
Like what, 2 days beforehand?
Yeah.
And was that 2 days beforehand of like when we recorded it? Or was it the day of?
It was like the day before we recorded it. And on...
I just want to sincerely apologize to that man's family for that horrible coincidence.
Well, I can tell you...
But I just want to ask my co-host one question. Were you aware of that after happening, Roger, while I was hanging myself on the podcast?
So I can tell you what happened, right? How the scenario went awry, which was moments before going on air. Dennis had said to me, do you know, I've had this idea that I might start mentioning a few more like topical things in the podcast.
Oh, I said that today.
Yeah. And I went, oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. And then we start the podcast and I thought, shit, this is what he means by topical.
That's what I'd start off with.
That's what I thought it was.
That heights.
But I
Jesus
thought
Christ.
I can't address this, so I just went along with it.
All right, so we're gonna send you to somewhere safe.
Okay,
where are we
where?
gonna send you? We're gonna send you to the
The Turkish border.
guard. Yeah, we'll send you to the Garda barracks in Athlone.
Yeah, is there one in Athlone?
No, actually, do you know where we'll send you? We'll send you to the University in Maynooth, to the
Seminary.
Yeah.
Safest place on earth.
Yeah, head up there. Download Grindr before you get in there.
Oh, here we go.
Then
You twit.
match with someone and meet up with them in the sacristy, in the training sacristy.
The training one. I'm picturing it's like a mock So it's like it's only 3 walls on the building.
They do actually do mock mass up there. It's like a training church, and they have all different scenarios that happen. Like the communion doesn't turn into Jesus. That's one of the scenarios, and everyone thinks they're Protestant. All right, so let's move on to episode 1. You're up in the seminary. You've got the details off your man. It only cost you a small hand job.
I'm just done wiping myself clean.
Oh God!
And I bless myself, and I say episode 1 on broadcast on Sunday the 6th of January. A surprise visitor adds to Tommy, Orla, and Wayne's worries. Renee urges Heather to force Ellie into a decision. Paul sees an opportunity, and Mairead struggles with her new life. Ooh.
All right, go on. You're cracking on to episode 1. You're going to bring us through.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you right now. I like this episode.
Rod, you start off every episode saying you like this episode, and you're like, "Oh, I actually really enjoyed the episode this week."
No, I did. I enjoyed this episode.
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
So we kicked right off with Damien and Laura. You know, they're just headed out after a bit of an exercise. And, of course, Laura heads into the unnamed shop. And she goes, "Do you want anything in there?" Because, you know, it has such a wide range of items. And he goes, "Oh, get me a water." Because he's going to place 5 aside or something.
I'm sorry, I accidentally kind of half nodded at you there, but it was basically some sort of tick going off in my neck. So I apologize.
But I thought this was a bit odd. Oh, of course, Damien.
There's only fucking tea bags, water, and bread available in that shop.
Yeah. Anything
the
else
rest of the stuff you can't. Actually, someone did tell us. I think we came across this before, but someone did tell us that the items in the shop are gone off.
Oh yeah,
a lot of the items to prevent extras from eating them. I assume that's a conspiracy.
And can
theory.
I tell you something interesting that happened? Oh, we have a conspiracy bit later, don't we?
I'm not sure.
We do. Maybe we'll get onto it. I'll get onto it if it comes up in my scenes. But I actually was picking up I might have mentioned this, but I picked up some of the mince pies that they actually showed on display in the shop over the Christmas period, and they were shit. They were the worst mince pies I'd had. They were all crumbly and ugh.
You're having a fairly bad week, are you?
Yeah, I was.
That was Christmas, man. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, your Christmas tree is still up, I happen to know, in your fucking apartment.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? Every time I go over to visit you, it's just up there and just reminds me that Christmas is over and it was just as shit as all the other Christmases.
Oh, you happen to like the Christmas tree. Also, will I tell you the reason I'm not putting it back in?
Go on, tell me.
I don't want to put it back into the box.
What?
Such a fucking hassle to get that shape of a thing into a rectangular box.
Do you not have one of those like do you not have one of those fold over
Wives?
foam?
No, I don't, Roger. That's really sexist to you as well. But I would definitely get her to.
I think it's so lucky that nobody has been tricked into marrying you.
I was having a conversation with a work colleague, and she was saying I know this one now, and when the husband comes down in the morning, she says, "What would you like for breakfast?" Gives him a list of stuff, and then in the evening comes in and goes, "What would you like for dinner?" And he's all the clothes ready for dinner and all this, and she was saying it in a very negative light, as if it was backwards, and I was just like, "Oh yeah."
Jesus Christ!
But come on, Raj, are you going to tell me that you wouldn't like to live in, I wouldn't say 1950s Ireland because we'd all be fucking have TB and stuff, but 1950s nuclear family America, where you're just the top dog working in the bank. You come home into suburbia, and there's your wife, and she's like, "Oh, honey, I baked you cookies."
No, I wouldn't like that.
Oh, big fucking surprise.
I wouldn't like that.
What would you like?
I wouldn't like that because, one, I like to prepare my own food. I like to put my own food in the microwave. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You're some fucking chef. The shit I've seen you cook.
And two, it would be so much hassle organizing affairs then versus now. Even though then I think you could really get away with having...
How far into this are you thinking? I'm just talking about
coming down the stairs,
coming down the stairs.
I'm home. That type of thing.
No, obviously we're taking a knee. It's going to be fairly bad on women's rights and stuff at the time.
I think.
But if you get your dinner in the evening,
here's a question. Here's a question for you.
Would you not sacrifice it for a nice dinner in the evening?
I would. Fine. You twisted my arm.
Good.
Yes. Here's a question for you though. What would be in that scenario? You have a wife. God help her. you arrive in the door, or you come down in the morning. She goes, "What do you want for breakfast, honey?" She's
She sounds
exactly
very like my mum. But go on.
how do you like it down there, boys? What would be your answer for your breakfast?
Breakfast in the morning.
Yeah. No, breakfast in the fucking evening.
Oh, will
twit.
you shut up? You cranky bollocks. You're two arseholes.
Come on.
All right.
You're one of them.
I would. Oh, fuck's sake. This has been. This has been reduced to some fucking awful 70s fucking TV British show. Jesus Christ.
Come on, I'm your
Chance
wife.
to be a fine thing.
I'm your wife. What do you want?
All right, wife. I would like in the morning waffles, but I'm fairly simple going. Like I
Yeah.
just want some waffles, like bird's eye waffles. Would they be around the time?
Oh wait, do you want no?
I don't.
Savory
I
waffles?
don't want Belgian waffles.
You want
or
like
that
potato
bullshit.
waffles?
Potato waffles. Maybe a melon or two. All right, come on. We haven't done anything in this episode
Oh yeah,
yet.
sorry. So Damien runs into Mairead, and he's hot under the collar. He's like hubba hubba hubba.
As a character, right? Nothing against the actor, but that character's a fucking idiot.
Oh, that character is the kind of friend that you would have run out of excuses for. You can't meet up with him many years
Oh, man,
ago.
There's a bit in this where Mairead arrives home in a taxi from Cashel and he's just across the road and he runs
Oh,
after her.
Mairead. But so Mairead has started her new job that she was supposed to start last year sometime. Because I'll get to this later, but our friend Farah is definitely out in Turkey. So you're about
We haven't seen her yet, though.
you're a week away from owing me €1 million.
We'll see. We'll see.
You're sweating.
I have to count the coins.
So basically Damien runs into Mairead and again says, "Oh, maybe we could go for a drink. Myself and Laura are going for a drink later. Just the three of us, because he can't ask somebody
That's
on a
his
date."
sister, is it?
Yeah.
Would you ever bring your sister on a date?
Never in a fucking million years would
Yeah.
I bring my sister on a date. Why would you do that? It would be
I don't know,
the most
I'm
horrific.
just glad you said you wouldn't bring your sister on a date.
Would you bring your mom on a date?
No.
I'd bring your mom on a
Not
date.
unless I wanted to go
But
over there.
but Mairead is working in the shop.
Your mom's more of a kind of industrial estate woman,
Ah, Jesus Christ.
She doesn't like all that whining and dining.
Your mom then she just has a particular taste in men.
Otto men.
Yeah. God, we're still in scene 1. So basically,
You're making a fucking balls of this.
so Laura arrives out after getting a bottle of water she was ordered by Damien. Now he's going to play a 5-a-side soccer match, the mark of an absolute man who has his life totally put together. And she throws, I'd say, a 2-liter bottle of water at him. I assumed, if I said, "Dennis, will you go in there and get me a bottle of water?" what would be your default assumption for the milliliters of that water?
1 liter.
Well, that's fair enough. Those big-ish Volvic ones are 1 liter.
Called,
But you could still carry it,
I
though.
prefer I call them Volvic Bulbasaurs. That's what they're called.
Oh,
Do you like that?
they do look like Bulbasaurs.
Yeah. Oh no.
Ah.
That took a bit to get delivered. Oh,
That's
come
like
on. It's
you.
just two dopes just laughing. Just going,
Oh, come on. Okay, I'll go to.
What was your point about the water?
She buys him a 2-liter one. Who the fuck
like
wants
a long
2-liter
one?
one? Yeah, a long one, a big one. Scene 2.
Oh,
Wayne's not happy that Tommy and Orla are meeting up to discuss their IVF story. They're basically making IVF fan fiction for what they've been up to. And then we
Can
move.
you actually get into that? Because that is like one of the most interesting things that they've done in Fair City so far.
Oh yeah, so basically, just Wayne's just relaxing in his house. Orla arrives in with Tommy Dillon, and he's like, "What's Tommy doing here?" And they said, "Oh, the two of us, we're going to the IVF clinic during the week."
And just to give people some context, who have no context of Fair City, Tommy is doing IVF with Orla, but they're not together.
No,
to
yeah,
save Orla's son, who is actually Tommy's son, but is being taken care of by Wayne.
yeah. And Wayne can't conceive because he has a narrow urethra. But the
That's not the reason, is it?
no, I don't know what the reason is.
That wouldn't even make sense, would it?
No, that's the reason why Hank Hill can't conceive in King of the Hill.
Brilliant.
But
Stealing other people's jobs.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice.
yeah, lovely stuff. Sure, you've made a job out of it. Anyway, there is a if you would like to see any of my jokes, you can go see Dennis do stand-up comedy.
I hold up a picture of his mother. Wait.
Oh, you sick bastard.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I'm
You haven't
trying.
made a one fucking lucid point since we started.
Well, maybe I'm not in the business of making lucid points. Do you ever think of that? Yeah, so Paul Brennan, anyway, he's back to fighting fit. He wants to get back into Vinos.
What would be your first thing to do if you're in a lucid dream?
If I was in a lucid dream.
Yeah, you wake up in the middle of Cork City on a Saturday, and I'm lucid. I can do anything I want.
I'd get bird's eye potato waffles, and I'd come give you breakfast.
Really?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks very much. I never want to be involved in that
Wouldn't
dream.
it be cool if we could lucid dream into each other's dreams?
Definitely not.
Well, you don't think so?
Could you imagine the fucking chaos you'd cause to other people's dreams?
What?
You.
Me?
Yeah, running into them. You'd just be asleep all the time.
We have to wake him up. He's causing havoc.
I had a dream when I was younger, and I was really sick at the time. And say what you will of this, but I was.
I've heard enough about you and your sick dreams.
I couldn't wake up from the dream, but I was awake in the dream. But I can never figure out whether or not that was actually part of the dream or whether I was actually lucid. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I haven't a fucking clue what you're saying.
So I don't know. Are you lucid or was I lucid in that dream, or was the dream about me waking up in the dream and being trapped in it?
Yeah.
Or did I actually was I actually in charge of things when I was in that dream, or was that the dream that I was in charge but I was trapped, and I had to go along in the dream through a path and find like a portal and jump through it, and then I woke up.
Paul Brennan's meeting one of his friends in Vinos, and he's decided not to take his daughter Ruth to the movies.
You've got a minute left.
I only once went to the movies with my dad. Can you guess the movie?
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No, that's actually my nickname for your mother. The
Roger O'Sullivan. That's absolutely horrendous.
no, she's just hunched down because she's always asking the Ottoman Empire if they like it down there, boys. I went to see Chicken Run.
Chicken Run. Very
Chicken
nice.
Run, great movie. Wayne decides
Chicken Run's one of the worst of those movies.
Fuck, I love Chicken Run. Shut your bitch face. Wayne has decided that he's going to. Wayne's decided that he is going to be part of their IVF story as well. And now it turns out he said he's going to be Tommy's best man. And he was handcuffed to him during his stag party. And he said, in this way I can come with you to the IVF clinic and I can be part of it. Oh, and also Tommy's daughter Dervla turns up or something. I don't know.
Very nice. That sounds great.
Yeah, kind of wrapped it up neatly. Did I?
That's the end of the episode.
No. I can go on if you'd like a bit more.
All right, so that's the end of episode 1. Very, very nice. We got through. God, we must have got through what, about 2 or 3 scenes?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot an important part.
As usual.
Yeah. Paul Brennan is going to try and pay into a pyramid scheme for making land development or something, and his sons are trying to stop him.
Do you remember when people during the boom bought holiday homes and they invested in house, or they developed, or they'd invest in housing? Oh my God! All right,
are you okay?
No, I'm not, Roger. I haven't eaten anything. All I had was a hot slice of bread today.
A hot slice of bread.
Yeah, a hazab.
A hazab. Wait,
yeah.
that sounds kind of cool. How do you cook that?
Well,
Because I'm kind of into my culinary things. I microwave a lot of stuff.
you put it on the oven and you put it onto hot.
Uh-huh.
Leave the door of the oven open and just throw it in there for about 5-6 minutes.
And what kind of...
It comes out changed. It's like changed bread.
It's like changed bread.
Yeah.
Are you telling me bread has
It's
an evolution?
Not necessarily. It's kind of like I don't know. It's not like a big jump. It's like char.
It's the middle one.
No, I can't think of the first one.
Charmander.
Charmander, Charmeleon.
Oh, okay.
Not exactly Charizard.
Jesus, so you could think of Charmeleon, but you couldn't think of.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's weird. That's kind of upsetting.
If you were a rapper, who would you be? And is it?
Wait, what would my rapper
Chamillionaire?
name be? What?
No. What? No, Jesus, don't do that.
Why?
No,
It would be
which-
Optimus Rhymes.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I would be something
Well.
Megatron. All right, come on. We're on to episode 2. Where are you? Where were you again? Oh, you're up in the seminary in Maynooth.
Yeah.
All right, you've got
I've
70,
just gone to confession.
70 matches on Grinder.
Ooh.
They're all over the place. You can see them on the map.
Nice.
So you go into practice church, and what are they practicing inside there at the moment? What are they running through? What scenario is it?
It's how to get a demon out of a man's penis.
Oh, brilliant! Great.
It's the spirits
not
possessed
going
it.
for the low hanging fruit anyway in the jokes. That's brilliant.
Well, they're actually at this guy's low hanging fruit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's episode 2. I'll read out the description and I'll get cracking.
Okay, episode 2. It's Tuesday, the 8th of January, and Orla and Wayne fear that Dervla will reveal Junior's secret. Paul stuns Oisin and Callum with his business plan, and Ellie reveals why she has no friends. Pop quiz before you get going.
Yeah.
How do you spell Dervla?
DEARBHLA.
Fucking hell.
There you go.
He got it.
How do you spell Sive?
Sive.
Yeah.
S
Yeah.
I
Oh, you're going for a different one. All right. Okay.
A B H.
That's it, yeah.
Yes.
So,
Siv. Siv. How do you spell Siv?
SUCK.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Scene 1, we're in the street / Renee's. This is one of the first times I've seen them do a very slick phone call.
Oh yeah.
Phone call in 2 different locations.
Do you know Renee really plays this bit well?
Do you think so?
Oh, because I was watching this and I thought that's the way I'd pretend to be sick.
Do you pretend to be sick from work a lot? Have you ever called in sick and not been sick?
There was a period of, can you believe this? A period of 4 whole months where I claimed I couldn't move and the government gave me money to not work.
Do you know that could probably get you in a lot of trouble, even if they had to go waste the time to see that wasn't true? Probably could.
I'd find that.
Check it out. Someone reporting to revenue there.
Oh.
Scene 1, we're in the street / Renee's. Renee calls in sick after Mairead, after promising to Mairead that she'd come in and work in.
I bet you're glad that
supermarket.
Mairead's back.
Why would I be glad?
Oh, there's a few people that you're glad to have around on Fair City at the moment.
I know.
Yeah. And one of them
Is your mum. All right, so Renee is not really sick and she's only a bollocks. And there's also one of the most obvious, stupidest, unnamed supermarket advertising going on here as well, where there's an absolutely massive unnamed supermarket van that Mairead is like signing for deliveries or something, and then that's next to the unnamed supermarket, which also looks like it might have got a fresh lick of paint or something.
a lick out of paint, yeah?
Yeah, and the van then, as Mairead is talking on the phone, drives past and covers the entire shot. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see this at all.
But it's like an extra long van, so it's not like just a flash of a van. It goes on for probably 10 seconds.
I'm beginning to despise the unnamed shop.
I saw the biggest van in the world in Cork the other day.
What?
It was absolutely huge.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we were going to Galway for a gig? It was you, me, and another comedian. I can't remember who was in the car. And
Probably an open spot anyway, so.
yeah, somebody useless anyway. But no, do you remember we were driving along and I was in the front seat, and I have an awful habit of, just to keep my mind occupied, I'll just read whatever is in front of me out loud. And what type of van was in front of us? And I read, it was like world's greatest van, or voted best van 2006.
That particular van.
Yeah.
Scene 2. You should listen back to that story. Scene 2, we're in Orla's.
But
Orla and the best man, Wayne, are heading off to the WWF. For IVF. And they ask him to take off his wedding ring because they're trying
and melt it down.
So
that was the weird bit.
What they're doing is Orla and Tommy are going as a pretend couple to the IVF clinic.
Yeah.
Because do you have to be married or something in Ireland for that to happen?
I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. I would guess that just stuff like IVF and obstetrics and stuff can be very litigious. So my guess would just be they're thinking, if we do this with
Oh well, Tommy and Orla aren't married. They're not married in Fair City, sure not.
they are pretending to be married though, aren't they?
But they couldn't pretend. Oh no,
They
yeah.
are, because he's his best man. He was his
Well,
best
sure,
man in his wedding.
Surely they just ask for documents.
Yeah, can we just see your very easy
I
to
don't know,
obtain?
like some sort of certificate that would,
Mm.
have both their names.
I don't
in it,
think- I
where they
don't-
were married. I can't think of the name.
No, I
of that
don't.
thing
I don't think they have such a thing.
Mm.
Have you ever been married?
Twice.
You have, yeah, twice.
once in Florida.
That was a bad,
Don't want to talk about that.
bad mistake.
Okay. So she locked me into a car. All right. So where are we? All right. So yeah. Wayne's asked to take off his wedding ring. Actually, where are you on this? Right? Because I know you were like the fly the flag of a lot of causes. Right?
Yeah.
No matter how right wing they are. But do you? Whose side are you on here? Do you think? I think Wayne's getting treated a bit badly here.
Oh yeah, I think Wayne's being treated like shit, and frankly, I think the whole idea is kind of dubious. I actually asked. I happen to know a doctor.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I happen to know a doctor.
Who's the doctor?
I won't get into it. Dr. Squeeze. Are you familiar?
Oh, Dr. Squares.
Dr. Squeeze. And while I was having an old squeeze off of Dr. Squeeze, I asked.
You ask her during it.
During a squeeze, I said, "Oh, actually, let me pick your brain," and then and I said, "If
You're
you
an awful man.
would you have would you be okay with having another child to save the life of your firstborn child, a donor child?"
This is a very personal opinion to give away about Dr. Squeeze, no?
What? Oh well. What the advice? Oh no!
So
The-
anyway, right, we're in
no,
scene 3.
The
It's,
advice just ended up being that no doctor would ever tell you to do that, because it would be such a shit
so
show.
with your expertise as being associated with a doctor, therefore becoming a doctor,
Yeah.
do you think that this is a dangerous storyline?
Yeah, I think so. I think sure, like God only knows. You told me that you were thinking of applying for IVF for us.
No IVF jokes, no, Roger. Scene 3, we're in Vino's. It's Tommy and daughter.
Daughter,
I'd say
as if you didn't know her name.
Derbla.
Derbla.
There's a terrible line in this scene.
Oh, is
I
there?
didn't take it down, but it's awful. She moved to Vancouver because it's the furthest away from Toronto. And then
Oh,
Tommy asked her, "Hey, why did you move there?"
Yeah. Why did?
And also, why aren't you talking to your daughter, Tommy?
Yeah.
And why didn't you know any of this?
They make the world's biggest deal as well out of the fucking fact that that Tommy Dillon is from Kilkenny.
Here's one for you. Why do you think that it would be nearly impossible for an actor to reprise their role in Fair City after leaving for I don't know how long she's gone. Maybe she's gone a year or something.
I'd say
Like,
she's gone.
How the hell would you get back into the personality of that character, considering that everyone else's personality is fluctuating all over the place?
Except for a few constants, which I would name as Pete, Doug, and Dolores.
But you know that Pete, Doug, and Dolores. Doug is fairly.
They're
constant.
constants. Like,
Pete is constant.
do you remember when
Dolores
Dolores was
That's all-
nearly JFK'd?
Yeah, nearly assassinated.
Fuck.
So in this scene, Tommy breaks the news to her that not only she has a half brother, well, she knew already, and that's the reason
Yeah.
she's home supposedly, but also she might have another one because of the old WWF they're getting done.
Do you now I know that you happen to have you immediately
Here we go.
you
Here we-
immediately
listen to
told
these
me
lies.
you fancy Dervla.
I didn't say that.
You did. You said,
didn't.
"Oh, another one for my list."
Are you not the one who said you fancied her?
No, I said you
And
fancied
You're
her.
saying that it's just me now.
No, you said, "Oh, another one for my list."
See, list
Yeah.
of what?
Your list is Dervla, Mairead, Dolores, and Nora. That's your list.
What's the list?
Your list, That's your list that if you were ever in a relationship, which I doubt you ever could be, that you would be allowed to cheat on that person with those people.
That'd be all right, Cran. Let's go for it. So you've got let's say 3 people, Roger, you can cheat on Dr. Squeeze with. So who's gonna be? Three
Can I actually go back to my opinions on IVF?
No, Rog. 3 big uns here now. Sure, look, we'll come back to it at the end of the podcast. Scene 4, it's Paul Brennan and the boys. The lads are making loyalty cards. This is the kind of stuff.
They're talking about it as if
They've
they're
just
the
discovered
Manhattan
it.
Project.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You see, if we split the atom.
If you buy 10 dinners, you get 1 dessert free. Which
That-
I think, in fairness, they've written as them being stingy, so
yeah.
can't take the piss out of that too much.
But do you know what? I think it's in the next episode. They draw a prototype.
A prototype loyalty card. What does it say? Loyalty card. Stamps here.
Yeah.
Scene 5 are in Vino's. Dervla writes a secret note in Junior's present.
Do you know what
which
it
is a book.
says? It says, "I fancy you back, Dennis."
It doesn't. In it, she basically says, "Hey, Junior, hope you're having a good time wherever you are. Your big sister."
Yeah.
Scene 6, we're in the IVF office, where Wayne, right, who is my favorite character by a mile.
He fucks this up.
So they're going for IVF and to save the life of a child, right?
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
it gets
yeah,
too
yeah,
much more
yeah.
serious than that.
Yeah.
Except the writers have put Wayne in this as full Steve Carell inside the IVF office. Like,
Yeah.
it's like watching a off-brand version of the American Office.
He's supposed to be keeping a low profile because it's weird that he's there anyway for moral support. And yet he's asking every question. He's full on, he's asking, if I was the doctor, I would be thinking, I wouldn't twig what was up, but I would be thinking Wayne's having an affair with Tommy's wife. That's what I'd be
definitely,
thinking.
What do you think the deal is with that situation? Do you think like, can you bring as many people into, like, if you were going to the doctor in the morning, could you bring like 7 people in?
I'd say you could bring a parent and no.
Could I bring your parent?
Yeah.
Cool.
If you needed.
Doctors and nurses. Scene 7, we're in the street. It's Damien Mairead. Damien asks to join her, but she basically fucks off.
Yeah. These are so many fucking mixed signals, which I know is strange for Fair City, but a few.
What, you mean they don't have a thread going through characters?
Yeah. Before Christmas, Mairead was like, "I'd love to be with you, Damien. It's just wrong time. You know, wrong time and place." And now she's avoiding him at every.
Yeah, but you see, they have 100 episodes, so they have to string things out unbelievably.
Oh my god.
So
100 episodes.
if Damien went over to Mairead and said, "Hey, do you want to go for a drink?" She said, "Yeah."
So wait, you were telling me 100 episodes.
Mhm.
You're telling me we've 92 more episodes of Fair City to watch in the year.
Man, I nearly gagged. I know you don't have a gag reflex there, no, but if you did, you would have gagged.
Oh my god.
Scene 8, we're in the WWF clinic again. They ask about the chances to oh, Jesus Christ. They ask
Are you
about the
okay?
chances to conceive through IVF.
Will I read through the big words
And they
for you?
say, we can't tell you that. And don't be reading things on the internet.
Yeah.
So, do you know the chances of conceiving with IVF?
With IVF.
Yeah, across the board, all ages.
Could you tell me like the
It's percentiles.
Oh, so it's like an X percentage chance, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. With IVF, I'd say what, 18% chance?
Oh, bit low.
Oh, okay.
Now this, I'm just going to read this out so I don't mess it up. For women of all ages, after 3 IVF cycles, between 34 and 42% would conceive.
Really?
Yeah.
Big chance of conceiving
to
twins.
improve your odds, you should try for at least 3 IVF cycles. Now, right, this does come from the very well-known source of verywellfamily.com. So that's a journal. That's journal reference.
That's where we
Lots of twins? Yes, there are.
yeah,
And there's loads more twins in schools now, obviously.
because of IVF.
Because of the old IVF,
Whoa.
the old WWF.
Were you ever a twin?
Was I ever a twin? No. Not for long.
Do you remember I told you this? Did I tell you this in the podcast?
Oh, no, we found this out on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh,
I joked about it. Bodger is your twin.
yeah. You joked about that, and then it happened to be one of the episodes that Dr. Squeeze was listening to.
Can you just give them a bit of background there because they don't know?
So basically, Dennis joked that I was so greedy that I
No, there was a physical reason, wasn't there?
what?
Was there not?
When you originally started joking about Bodger,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, what's the reason that Dr. Squays gave you?
Dr. Squeeze eventually said that I've a patch in the back of my hair that's a completely different hair color. It's not like it's like a very distinctive different patch of color hair in the back of my head.
It's like if he was in Duran Duran for a week.
Yeah, that's what it's like, and this is what was left over, almost like leopard print in my hair, and it supposedly you shouldn't have that with the other genetic markers I have, like
Small
brown
knob.
brown eyes, huge cock, dark hair. And Dr. Squeeze happened to be reading up to prepare some lecture slides for some medical students about...
Jeez, man, she's very successful, way. Very successful.
Yeah, I'd like to think that a good couple mirror each other in there.
All right, that's the end of episode 2. Is it?
Wow,
Or
yeah,
3?
I'd say so.
Two?
Two.
Ah, fuck it, only. Oh, yay! Brilliant.
Yeah, more.
How are you enjoying yourself so far?
Oh,
How's the old mental health?
Do you know what I said to somebody yesterday, apropos of nothing? Like we were just, do you know, we were at that point in the conversation where it had kind of lulled silence,
Yeah,
and
I know that feeling.
all too well, yeah. John, you like it down there, boys? And
What the fuck does that have to do with my
what?
mother?
And I just said out of nowhere, watching Fair City every week is very bad for your mental health.
Do you think it is?
I think it's bad for my mental health. I think it just feels like it actually loses the structure of the week.
You'd be a good character on Fair City, though. You'd fit into that kind of
You think so?
bleak.
Fair City is
world.
like you're watching Groundhog Day, but they haven't explained the premise to you.
Yeah, and it's like hell,
Yeah.
and no one learns anything or does anything to better themselves.
Yeah, it's purgatory basically. Even Dervla, Tommy Dillon, who is he's the notable ethnicity of being from Kilkenny.
Have you been to Mass recently?
No.
I haven't been to Mass in ages, but they've changed all the responses.
What?
Yeah, I don't know when that happened.
I'm never getting back.
Like now, instead of saying amen, you say, "All right, man."
Are you serious?
Yeah. And at the end,
Anything else?
after communion, everyone has to constantly do star jumps until everyone is finished.
Do they still do the high five for peace?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
It's called Give Everyone the High Five for Peace.
Give everyone the high five for peace. And what about that thing that
No, that was just that one priest who knew. So.
Oh.
All right, so you're up in the seminary.
Yeah.
You're doing the high five for peace.
I'm learning the new.
Yeah.
And
You're
offer
doing
each
the
other.
you're doing the after, or you're doing the gospel rap.
Yeah.
Which has replaced the gospel acclamation.
And I ask one of the priests there if they have any chewing gum, because they just have a fierce salty taste in my mouth.
Okay, read out description, whatever.
So Wednesday, 9th of January, episode 3, Tommy confronts Dervla when Orla and Wayne force him to decide what is best for Junior. Paul vows to take back control of Vinos from Callum and Oisin. So I think it's a pretty contained episode there. I can flake through this. We kick off immediately with the fact that Laura is trying to convince Mairead to go to
You've got episode 3 syndrome. Episode 3 syndrome does it to each of us every time. Where we're like, yeah, we're going to get it rolling. Here we go. We're going to go for it.
We're going to get it going.
And then 10 seconds and you're dead. But go on anyway.
Well, Laura is suggesting that Mairead comes with her to boxer size. Now, Laura is...
She's the exerciser of Fair City.
Yeah, she is. She's also...
She exercises.
She also is a lesbian. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Oh, do you think we might... Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mairead marriage was broken up by her husband going off with Cristiano.
Yeah.
And having
Sorry, can I
gay
just say-
relationships behind her back for 18 years.
Cristiano, that is true. Cristiano got a new haircut.
Did he? He is an impeccably groomed fella. in
Oh
fairness
yeah,
to him.
but the haircut, I actually nearly was at the point where I thought, can I really walk into a hairdresser's
Show a picture
with
of
a
Cristiano.
picture of Cristiano and
Please
say,
do that.
give me a Cristiano?
Will you do that and get us the reference and we'll see what it turns out like and we'll put it on Instagram. You do that.
Oh,
And I'll get Dolores' haircut and we'll see if it
Oh,
works.
yeah,
I
we'll
have to
do
grow it
that.
out of it though. Go on.
So here's my guess is I'd love
I
to
can't remember
see-
what we're even guessing.
I'd love to see this storyline because Laura's a lesbian. and
Oh yeah,
she's-
that Mairead might get with Laura.
Yeah, what I'd like to see the storyline of Mairead being courted by both Laura and her brother, I think, Damien, at the same time.
Not Mairead's brother though.
No. Laura's brother.
Different show.
I'd just like to see that happen and see because Damien.
What would you like to see happening though?
What? Just I'd like to see the drama play out.
Oh,
of
the
it.
drama. All right.
Yeah. What?
Not the fruition.
No. Ugh. God, no. No. An abomination.
For fuck's sake. All right, come on. Get going, will you?
Scene 2. Cass and Paulie B are meeting up for a catch-up. Now, I never would have thought that Cass and Paul Brennan ever would have interacted.
I don't even understand, right? No offense to the actor who plays Cass.
I love Cass.
But I don't understand why that character Cass exists. He doesn't drive anything along. He doesn't affect any storylines. He's just fucking. He's like Binzer, like he's just in the background.
Well, Benzer has
Like
had a few key moments.
Things happen, and then Cass says to the character who's left there, that was either wrong or bad. He's like a moral compass, but with no effect.
Or this is what Cass does: is they're having a discussion about something, and then completely unrelated to nothing. I remember one summer I was strawberry picking in Spain.
Yeah.
And I met a young one. And we had a great time. But the farmer didn't like it. So he kicked me onto a boat. And I ended up back in Hoth.
That's actually a fairly good Cass impression.
Yeah, that's like that's everything Cass does. He speaks in riddles and rhymes. And you imagine he probably lives in one of those Wanderly Wagon type caravans.
You'll definitely end up in a Wanderly Wagon when you're older.
I'd love a Wanderly Wagon.
Except you'll have to, you'll be barred from
Can I tell you?
school playgrounds from 2 mile radius.
Can I tell you? I was trying to get.
Break into a school, yeah?
No, I was trying to get. I was trying to get off with my principal. I was trying to. I'd compromise my principles for that principal, but I was. I was trying to get a Wanderly Wagon caravan, and they wouldn't give me a mortgage for it.
Why not?
They just said that. They said apparently I'm not eligible for a mortgage.
I'd say you could probably go for an old Rosie Jim boathouse as well. Sailing up and down the Shannon.
I fucking loved Rosie and Jim.
Yeah.
I'd
say it would only take you a year before you'd technically be classified as on the run.
No,
come on. Where are you going?
Christ. So
what are we talking about?
Scene 2 anyway. Dervla is going for an old coffee with Doug. He had a catch up, and Dennis is hot and bothered to see her with another man. Scene 3 then.
The fuck are you talking
Ellie is
about?
still a bit down at Bob and Renee's. Bob is going to buy Bob is going to buy Ellie some books before she goes back to Brazil, and Renee suggests Harry Potter. Scene 4. Damien tries to comfort Mairead after he finds out that her uncle Paul has passed away, but secretly he's like jumping for joy because he's thought, nice.
She's damaged.
Yeah, I have her a nice low ebb now.
A nice broken wing.
Yeah. Scene 5. Paulie B explodes at Oisin and Callum about the fact that the coffee machine is a bit dirty, and then he has a bit of a bad turn. And also,
Who has a bad turn?
Paulie B.
I didn't see this episode.
Down. What?
No.
Do you not watch them all?
I didn't watch them all. Sure, man, I was fixing my car, right?
Oh,
being a cool mechanic.
Okay, tell everyone about your fucking.
Yeah, just replacing the head gasket in my BMW. It's an old one. It's actually sold. It's sold. It looks like an Opel Corsa.
Yeah.
So replace the timing chain, the head gasket.
Yeah.
Got my dad to help me.
I came in today.
My dad said that everything was going to go wrong and we'd never be able to do anything. And then he lost a screw in the garden and had to use. Did you see the video?
I saw
of
that. Yeah.
Had to use a big magnet and a piece of twine to find it, and he couldn't find it.
Do you know I've only met your dad like once, I think, but I've met your mother plenty of times. Lovely woman, very concerned about the Ottoman people. And how do you like it down there, boys? And you do an accent for your dad, and you always say, "Oh, he's from Borbury," and then you do but when I picture your dad, because I've seen him now, when you tell me stories of stuff he's done, I picture him, but with your voice coming out doing that insane accent. So you were telling me stuff that he was telling you about the car, and I was just picturing, fuck that.
He does talk like that, though. How are you getting? Well, we'll never get that back on anyway. That's fucked. There's no point in taking this off. We should give up. He told me today, right, after there was one bolt, what do I call them, head bolts in the engine or whatever. It was stuck and we couldn't get the thing off. And we finally, he actually got it off today.
Well done.
And he rang me and he said, "Oh, we got it off, and we got a help from my brother-in-law." And brilliant. And then he goes, "Oh, and your brother-in-law there, he said that if we can't get it working again, you can get it scrapped by a fella he knows." And I was like, brilliant. You're already like fucking
Positive thinking.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I will say that I arrived into the studio today and Dennis was still covered in oil.
Yeah.
And I thought, well...
That's good. No, that's because Eric was giving me a massage pre-show. That's what he's doing now on the side. You know that?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what? Is that why I got an invitation to like a page called Authentic Thai Massage?
Yeah. That's Eric's thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He calls it the ATM.
The ATM.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Cash
He's got
out.
some hands on him, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He just needs to pop a few digits into the right places and he gets some cash out. Is that why it's
pretty
ATM?
much.
Oh, good.
Are you still on your episode?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You haven't said a fucking 3 sentences for Fair City this whole podcast.
So scene 7 anyway, we're back in the IVF clinic, you know, I fucking hot
Do you want to hear something
jokes.
horrendous?
Okay.
This is awful. I don't know if I really even mention on the podcast.
Go on. I love this.
I was in the bathroom at work today, right? And it's like
Slow down.
a shared building, all different
It's a
offices,
shared bathroom.
all different companies.
It's one big...
So go into the bathroom. There's 6 cubicles on that floor or whatever. Go into the cubicle. It's just a few cubes on the ground.
What?
A few little nuggets.
No.
Yeah.
What?
But in a perfectly clean bathroom. So it wasn't like this was an accident or anything. This was just someone had extracted some and just, I'll just throw it on the floor. That's madness, isn't it?
Wow.
That was nice meeting you for lunch in there today, though.
Brilliant. That reminds me of when myself and my friends were hanging out when we were teenagers.
Oh.
What? No, we were all
Your experimenting days.
No, my experimenting days have just begun, my friend. So we were just having chats, like stupid, inane teenager talk, and it was like, do you know what's so annoying when you go to play a video game and then it tells you, oh, you have to download the update. And we're like, yeah, that's so annoying. Or, oh, do you know what's so annoying? When you're eating a burger and the burger slips out the back of the burger. Oh, shit teenage observations. And then one of my friends goes, do you know what's so annoying? I'm like, what? He goes, when you stick your finger up your arse and you can't get the smell off it when you wash it.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Roger.
And we all went, that's not a thing.
Unrelated other than the burger thing. I was at a wedding there before or just after Christmas. I go to weddings and stuff. I'm like that. And a friend of mine goes, I think you overreacted about the chocolate stars, right? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then my other friend goes, yeah, you definitely did. I'd say it was 10 years ago probably. And I was eating a fucking burger and the boys put chocolate stars into my burger and I was starving. And I ate the burger and it tasted like absolute fucking garbage because there was chocolate stars in it. What? And I fucking pulled an absolute wobbler. And they're all just laughing at me.
Were they magic stars?
Yeah.
Oh, they're delicious, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know?
Not in burgers though, not in cheeseburgers.
I haven't had magic stars in so long, but I would say that they are one of the nicest things that I like to eat that has a face on it.
Do they have faces on them?
They have faces on them. They have individual
what else do you like to
personalities.
eat that has a face on it?
Eat or eat out?
All right, go on. Carry on there with your scenes.
So Tommy Dillon is trying to get his daughter, Dervla, Dennis's fiance, settled down in Dublin and says that maybe she could go back to college. And she said, I'd be a mature student. I'd be ancient. And I remember going into first year of college, I made friends with somebody in my Celtic Civ module.
Crying out for jobs, I'd say.
Yeah, they were, yeah. And she eventually let slip that she was a mature student, and we were like, oh, okay, because she didn't look like a mature student at all. She looked like
what does a mature student look like?
What? Well, like really old and annoying.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But it turned out that she was 25, and now she looked our age. But I remember hearing somebody being 25 when I was 18, and I just thought, my God, That is ancient. That's properly ancient.
We had proper mature students in our class.
Yeah.
Like they were fucking old bollockses, like
Really annoying as well, yeah.
old people, man, can't stand them.
One lad, one of those type of mature students in my, because they are second class citizens and they should be.
Do you want to? You don't want to go go to
Gathering.
Centra after this on the way home and get pizzas? Cook them in the oven.
Oh, I would like that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what time. See what time we finish up here.
Man, milkshakes.
We've no
just
no vessel to get to
we
milkshakes.
just buy milk and shake it up.
I can't. Yeah.
Oh,
You know what we'll do? We'll go into the shower, we'll take off all our clothes and we'll pour milk all over ourselves.
Again.
Milkshakes.
I love that.
Mm.
Oh, that's,
What's your point? I can't remember what we're talking about.
So Wayne's in the IVF clinic, and they start talking about their top secret plan while they're in the waiting room. And I was just thinking, for fuck's sake, Wayne, you absolute twit.
All right, that's the end of episode. What are we doing? Episode 3?
I actually forgot a bit, but I won't bother.
Is it insanely important, or
it is a tiny
for all those following at home?
Yeah. So there was for the people who use us as their Wikia, as their Wikipedia.
Tony,
for
there's
Fair City.
a few secret fuckers watching Fair City after listening to this podcast.
Really?
I know for a fact.
Well, here, what I wanted to say was a very, very interesting fan
Tidbit.
conspiracy theory
Oh yeah.
that we were written in by a good friend of the podcast. I'd say an excellent friend of the podcast.
One of the best friends of the podcast.
Yeah, but who has to remain anonymous.
Yeah. Don't even identify anything. So you're going to have to use pronouns that are...
Okay. What you want to do? I'm going to, instead of using gender neutral pronouns, I'm going to use gender neutral adjectives.
Okay. I'm not sure what you mean, but...
So I'll just say, she
Right.
is very good at listening to the podcast.
All right, okay. Where was, like, I don't know.
That's the adjective.
It's not, like...
Is the... Oh, no, sorry, no, that doesn't
are
work.
we
That
French?
doesn't work.
I don't think we're French.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
I thought we spoke French and it would work.
Forget it. Je suis le... No, I can't speak French. I thought I might be able to for a second. I really...
Try harder.
I did a good run-up at it.
Try harder.
Okay,
Say, I'm going to get a pizza after this.
le tim je sa la pizza after the...
Jesus, I'm going to have to get a fact check on that, but I think you said it.
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
that...
If you put your mind to it, you can speak any language.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a language. Let me give it a go.
Chinese.
Why?
Actually,
Okay,
do you know what? Don't bother.
No,
Don't bother. Don't bother
Are you
doing
sure?
that one. Yeah. Might come across a bit weird.
Okay. Without seeing...
Where are we? What are we doing?
Sorry, no, I was going to...
me?
No, well, it is, but I was going to talk about the conspiracy theory that was brought up by that excellent friend of the podcast, that they said that it seems everybody goes to the laundrette to get their laundry done. And they said that a suspicious number of people's washing machines are on the fritz, including Mairead's.
That's
this
actually
episode.
really true.
And they said that they suspect that Huey is hiring orphan children.
The owner of the laundrette.
Yeah, he's hiring orphan children to climb in through the windows, break people's washing machines.
Like the start of the Industrial Revolution kind of job, when they were using kids inside and fucking all the small machinery.
And they're going in to break the machines, and then as a result, he's picking up the profits. And you saw that
in fairness, I think you included the orphan bit, but the rest of the stuff kind of checks out, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'd believe it. So, am I still in the seminary?
You're still in the seminary. You're going.
I haven't been tossed off. I mean, sorry, tossed out, have I?
You're going into the church. You're walking right up the aisle of the church. Church.
Yeah.
You're walking right up.
Wait, have I come in the rear exit? Or, sorry, the rear entrance?
Well, if you're standing at the front, it'd be the back. But you're coming in through the chairs, but they've put them together, the brown chairs, and it's a very tight squeeze. So you get down to the altar.
And is there a carpet?
Yeah, there's a bit of a carpet, all right.
There's a bit of a carpet.
Bit of a carpet,
Only
but
when
it's
you-
well kept.
It's only when you get up to like the point that there's a bit of a carpet. Yeah.
Yeah. And you go down and you
On both knees.
you run towards the massive altar, but you trip and you fall onto your knees in front of our Lord and Jesus Christ.
Both of them.
Yeah,
Wow.
both of them are there.
Both of them.
And
And he says, "Sure, you know what you do."
And you suck off a priest. All right, go on.
What?
Read description.
So Orla and Wayne take a gamble, but may regret pushing Tommy too far. Heather's departure leaves Bob and Renee facing uncertainty. Dennis has his advances rejected by Dervla, and Mairead comes to terms
She preggers.
and has a baby in the street. So no, she comes to terms with her new
You
family
always
dynamic.
fuck up my description for the episode all the time.
Twittity twit. Come
All
on
right,
now.
we're in the laundry, but then we come out onto the street and it's Will, and he's washing his clothes.
He is now
And someone threw Will out of a house, I think Mairead's aunt's house.
in Cashel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you call your aunt's husband your uncle, and vice versa?
I do, but my like jaw quivers when I do it because I always feel like I wish there was an easy term for this. You know, uncle-in-law sounds kind of uncle by marriage is a bit.
Yeah, but you should address him as uncle by marriage, not even his first name.
Yeah.
Hello, uncle by marriage.
Uncle by marriage.
Someone threw Will out of the house anyway. I think it was the funeral that they went to for Mairead's uncle, because they found out that Will had been cheating on Mairead for 18 years with men that he procured in Cashel's #1 gay nightclub, the Cock of Cashel. So also there's something in this where Chris was mentioning that they had to stay in this, or Mairead and Will had to stay in the same bed in this place.
Oh no, Chris was saying, "Oh, that's a shame. If you'd hung around, maybe you would have gotten to sleep in the same bed as her."
Oh, right.
Making fun of Will.
Little narky little
Yeah.
thing.
Could you ever trust Will?
No.
Could you ever trust Will?
A leopard never changes its spots.
What?
I never understood why they picked leopard. You could have picked anything.
A
you know, like-
chameleon.
Like a frog never changes its eyes.
A chameleon never changes its skin.
Yeah, it's true.
An octopus never adjusts to its surroundings.
An octopus only always has 2 arms.
Yeah.
Scene 2, we're in Vino's. Orla wants Tommy to shut Dervla up forever.
I'd say.
Shut up. Paul is not impressed with the menu that the lads have put into Vino's.
Can I guess what he said? What the fuck is this menu?
Did you not see episode 4?
I did, but
What are you guessing?
I wiped it.
Wiped it from what?
My memory. I have a very finite memory.
You must have to use loads of toilet paper, I'd say. 2 arseholes. Do you? What do you notice a difference in the ply? Would you, if you were shopping for toilet paper, would you go for? You'd probably go 1 ply, I suppose. You'd probably want a bit of suffering involved in it.
Actually, do you know what I was thinking the other day? Isn't it awful when you accidentally stick your finger up your arse and you can't get the smell off?
Fuck's sake. Scene 3, we're in Renee's. Heather talked to Ellie about going back to Brazil, and she's not heading back with her. The end. Scene 4, the Orla needs Valium because she's worried about pushing Tommy too far.
Have you ever had Valium?
I was just going to ask you the same question. No, I haven't.
No, me neither. Do you want to get some after this with the
It's
pizzas?
it's so weird though that it's like Valium was popularized by American TV as far as I can see,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I'd hear older Irish people using it. Oh, I need a Valium.
Oh, give me a Valium. Take a Valium.
What is Valium?
I think it's
Is it a sedative?
I think so. I know it's a anti-anxiety medication. I think.
I have a machine here anyway that I can look up these kind of things.
You don't, do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What the fuck is that thing in that tab up there?
It's diazepam. Ever had a bit of diazepam?
Oh, do you know what? Snipers used to take that to so that they'd be more relaxed before shots.
Treat anxiety, alcohol withdrawal, seizures.
They'd still do the little like frowny face though after they'd taken the tequila.
Very good.
Is
that it?
Yeah, did you not get it?
Oh, you know, snipers also would use it because of preventing muscle spasms.
You're some twit.
That's an interesting fact, isn't it?
Just
Scene 5, we're in Renee's.
you have
Renee
a big grin on your face.
is taking
Did
Heather
you do that to impress Dervla?
and Ellie for a last supper.
There you did. You did that to
Will
impress
you
her.
shut up? You obviously fancy her. All the listeners can see through it.
You-
And don't worry, we still have to ask you your top 3 that
Well,
you would cheat
why did
on Dr.
you-
Squeeze with. Remember that?
Why did you draw that picture of her?
What picture of her?
That picture, yeah, the charcoal.
That's
picture
in
you
your
have of
phone.
her.
That's your phone, not my phone.
Well, I hardly took a picture of my own picture, did I?
Renee is trying to steal Heather's child. And oh yeah, so Heather is moving back to Brazil without her child.
Yeah.
Right? Because Renee wants to steal
Yeah.
her granddaughter, basically. Brendan is in Brazil doing something.
God only knows who Brendan is.
Who is Brendan?
Yeah.
And does Ellie not have a father?
Brendan is Heather's husband,
Yeah.
but Ellie actually was conceived immaculately, like Jesus.
Really?
Yeah, that was a storyline that they did a few years ago. Well, obviously.
Oh, one of the Christmas storylines.
Yeah, but they don't really focus on it. Like, typical Fair City, they didn't really. They
Are we getting pizzas in Centra?
I can't. I'll make a bargain with you.
Go on.
I'll get a pizza in Centre with you if you give me that charcoal picture you made of Dervla.
It's coloring pastels, but yes, it's a deal.
Okay.
All right, so scene 6. Laura, no, who's Laura? Oh no, Mairead arrives home. She gets out of a taxi from Cashel at
that would be pretty fucking.
at a pretty much an undetermined time as well.
Yeah.
Like, who knows when you get back from Cashel in a taxi? And who's waiting there, just in the middle of the street? Only old Damien.
Damien, like a
and
dog.
Laura. I think you might be onto something with this. I think Laura fancies Mairead.
Yeah. I think Laura has only had one, maybe 2 lesbian relationships.
There's a brilliant shot here as well where Mairead has said goodbye. The scene is over, and
They're
now
all
it's-
brilliant shots with Mairead in them, as far
and
as
now-
you're concerned.
And now it's going to focus on Laura and Damien talking. But before they do, they give a look around to see that Mairead is definitely walking away. Oh, what's that behind her? Oh, it's the big unnamed supermarket.
Yeah, of course it is. Where she's going to work.
Scene 7, just before the break.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody finds out about how sick Junior is.
Oh, that was an awful scene, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because Doug, I felt bad for Doug.
Is it Doug's half brother?
I kind of.
What is the family tree there, way?
I think it's like Doug's quarter brother. I don't think realistically, because I think Wayne is Doug's brother by marriage. He's like his stepbrother, I think.
Yeah.
But I think they're very close. So then this child is Wayne's effectively adopted son. So
do you know the testing of 23? Is it 23andMe?
yeah,
Why is it called 23andMe? Is that something to do with DNA?
is that the number of chromosomes or some shit? I have no idea.
But actually, did you see the poor lad who discovered that DNA is a twisting ladder in shape? He got stripped of all his like awards and stuff because he started saying some very bad things about
Eugenics and
Yeah.
stuff. But that's
but they think, well, one of the arguments, I'm not saying that,
Mhm.
like, obviously what he did is terrible, but one of
Yeah.
the arguments was that, like, he's just gone senile.
oh yeah.
He's just
Oh,
really, really old.
Well, a friend of mine and a friend of yours, a friend of the podcast, Ronan, is Ronnie boy, Ronnie G. We used to call him in secondary school. He is a microbiologist, and along with a number of other things, along with being a prize dope.
He's a meme machine, man.
He is a meme machine. Yeah,
He's printing memes fucking 7 days a week.
he and he's a hit with the ladies as well. But he told me before that I think it's Crick and Watson or something, the 2 lads that were instrumental in mapping the human genome, I think. No, not mapping the human genome, but the discovery they're involved in the discovery of the helix DNA as well. That they actually, almost all of the work was done by a woman who was part of their team. And they
Got fucked over.
Yeah, they waited until she died, and then they basically used all the research.
But sure, that's the exact same thing as when we were out the other day and someone came up to you and I was there and it goes, "Oh, how's your podcast, Roger?" Remember that?
Well, yeah, but
And you were like, "It's great, it's brilliant."
yeah, I consider it my podcast.
Oh, what was I
As
saying
do
before
the
that?
listeners.
Oh, 23andMe. Yeah, I was reading
Yeah.
this thing on Reddit, and I don't know if it was true or not because you never know on Reddit. But
Yeah.
it seemed fairly bad from the way the lad was writing it, unless he was a very, very good writer. But he did a test with his girlfriend for Christmas for the laugh.
No.
Small town America,
No.
and turns out it's his half sister. So they're
What?
related.
That can't be true.
Yeah.
Half sister.
Sister?
What?
No, half sister. That would still make sense.
I just don't think it could be possible though. It seems weird.
They were both IVF babies.
Yeah. Not
That be
great.
possible?
I don't know. Here's something interesting for you though. In Iceland, lovely place Iceland is. Now people make a bit of a song.
You're a shill for Iceland, though.
I do love Iceland. Not the shop, even though the shop's fine as well. And I do support their stance on.
Oh,
palm
you know
oil.
what we have to do? We have to go into Iceland and buy the 500-piece Indian meal set for £5 or whatever it is.
That we were looking at when we were in Edinburgh.
Yeah. Do you remember how good Edinburgh was? Wasn't that great?
Well, yeah, but at the time we both wanted to kill each other and ourselves.
Just each other, I'd say.
The coffees.
We were chugging down coffees by.
Iceland, though, interesting thing is it's such a small place that they people have this story about the fact that there's an app to find out if you're related or not, or if you're cousins, if you're about to start going out with somebody.
No way.
Well, yeah, but it's not just for that. It's actually called, I think, the Book of Icelanders, and you can just look up everyone in Iceland and how you're related to them. So,
there's a few towns in Ireland that could do with that, I'd say.
Very true. Yeah, loser.
All right, so that's the end of all the episodes.
Yeah.
Thank fucking mushing God. Where are you going, Raj? Doing a little bit of a stretch? Oh, he's doing another stretch.
I
stretch.
fucked that up.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So
I'm going to give you this painting.
it's not a painting, really.
Well, I'm going to give you
Can
this.
you tell me, could you laminate this before you give it to me?
Pasteling. No, I can't, because all the pastel will depastelize.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ, I remember doing fucking art homework before for art
You
class.
did art?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They let you in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got an A in the junior cert.
Wow. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. And you still fucking go on about it.
Yeah, you asked.
I didn't ask how you got on.
What was your subject, your extra subject in junior cert?
Junior cert?
Being a bollocks?
Yeah, but I failed it actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
True bollocks.
I did pass bollocks. The tech graph.
Tech graph, really?
Yeah.
A tech graph, man. Never would have put you for a tech graph.
Got an A in tech graph. Only A in my year in tech graph. And my tech
How
graph
many was in
teacher.
your year? One?
100 people. The tech. There were 2 tech graph classes, so that would have been like 60 people or something. But I wanted to be an architect up until the point that I was 15. And I just couldn't do tech graph because I wanted to do music as well in the leaving cert. Those 2 modules ran at the exact same time. So
For flip's sake.
Yeah.
There's a life decision
I know.
gone awry, huh?
Yeah, and my tech graph teacher came to me in 5th year, and he passed me in the corridor one day, and he stopped and he came over and he said, "Why didn't you keep tech graph up? Why didn't you do communication drawing or whatever it becomes or whatever?" And he goes, "Why didn't you?" And I said, "Oh, it clashed or something." He goes, "No," he goes, "You could have had something. You could have had some tech graph."
Here, but look at you now, man.
Yeah.
You know, look at the job you have, and you can play almost the intro to Stairway to Heaven. So that's something to look back on and be proud of that you made
It's
that
true,
decision.
actually.
You
Yeah.
could be designing buildings in
Hey,
London now and stuff.
Look, it's
Fuck that.
It's a life well wasted.
Any gigs on this week, Raj?
We're both going to go to a gig.
I'm definitely not, but go on.
Are you not going?
No, I'm not going. Is it tomorrow night?
Yeah, you're not going, you twit.
There is another person who I reluctantly mention on the podcast who's in a competition tomorrow, but
Our great friend Thomas Howarth.
and Brian Gallagher's in there as
Yeah,
well.
that's true, Brian Gallagher. Both excellent comedians.
Can't remember the rest of the people in it, but there's a competition in Collins in Douglas Street in Cork,
Yeah.
the premier comedy place in Ireland. I think I absolutely love doing comedy inside there.
Yeah, I would say that Collins has been many things for me. It has been a place where I cut my teeth to a place now where I absolutely dominate the stage.
In a way, it is to me your mother because it gives me so much pleasure.
Wait. Cheesy muffins.